This is my Mercedes GLA, but it's damaged. We have some big issues with this car. We'll attempt to rebuild this car in just under 4 hours. We'll have my iPad and the timer. This is 4 hours of just labor time. So when I need to go get a part or I need to go eat or do something, I'm gonna pause the timer. When I'm back, we're gonna play. Before we begin the timer, let's have a walk around on this car and see what the issues are. So this steering lock came with the car and it does not have a key. So we need to break it somehow. But what I'm trying to understand is exactly what happened to this car. Because there's clearly frontal damage. We can see the headlight's been hit. There's no front bumper. But why would they have a steering lock on? So did they crash it and then put a steering lock on? Or maybe it was parked and it was hit. So clearly frontal damage. The headlight has been hit. Brackets are broken here. This crash bar tube ripped. Sensors out. Bonnet has been hit as well. Now let's go over to this side. This headlight looks okay actually. It looks like it survived. That's just the other side of the crash sensor. The wing, yeah, no good. We need another wing. Now, the door is salvageable. I mean, we can see it's bent in here. Here it's also gone in and that's where the line is. So it's quite important. If we're going to repair this, it has to be done properly. The door alignment is completely off, but this is because this has gone back from the accident and has damaged the door. Now, let's look at the other side. This has also been hit. This has gone in, potentially salvageable again. This was in here. The door has also been hit. I was hoping we could just polish all of this out, but there's dents here, dents all over here, and it looks like either a car's gone through it, this has gone through a car or a pole or something, because the whole line comes across. This is also a bit dense here. But you know what? Let's look at the history report to see exactly what the damage areas are. So I'm using full car checks for this history report, and we can see it's written off on March 2025, the 8th. It's a category N, that's good. And the damage areas are front, yes, front near side, yes, front offside, and rear near side. So it's also been hit. Rear quarter panel potentially, which I didn't think. So rear near side, they're talking about this area here, and I don't see, hang on, I do see something. So we can see here clearly there is dent. I mean, it's very light. There's a slight dent when you put your hand across it, but it's not clearly visible. And I think that might be it. Okay, this as well, but maybe some glue, some tiger seal will do this, will do the trick. The back looks okay. Okay, now the inside. There's no airbags popped. There's no airbag light. So that's good. We don't need to worry about the inside. There is a tire pressure warning on the dashboard, but we'll deal with that later on. Okay, there's a football in here. Have to show the skills. I probably didn't want to. Oh. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Now it's time to start the timer of 4 hours. This will also include me taking off the steering lock. Once we start, we're gonna have more problems. We're gonna have more parts that we need to buy, and we'll stop the timer then. But that is 4 hours of my labor time. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. The first thing we're gonna do is take the steering lock off, because if I don't take this off, I can't turn the steering wheel either side and I can't get to the places I need to get. Let's go.
I didn't want to use a grinder straight away, just in case I damaged the steering wheel. So I started with a pick tool. That didn't work. Then I tried the drill. Again, no luck. I unscrewed 4 bolts at the back and the casing popped off. That made it easier to use the grinder without damaging the steering wheel. Finally, it came off.
We have to be extra careful we do not damage the steering wheel. I've got some smudges here, but we should be able to just clean this out later on. Okay, cameraman, I got a question for you. Do you think a thief would come and do what we did, try to cut the steering lock, or would they just cut the steering wheel? Nod if you think the steering lock, shake if you think the steering wheel. I'll take that as a nod. The answer is, I don't know. We've had a Range Rover that was stolen, a Range Rover Velar. The steering wheel was just cut down the middle. Because for a thief to come, it's much quicker for them just to cut into the steering wheel rather than do what we did, or just cut a side here, cut a side here. So this leads me to, these steering wheel locks are no good. If you are trying to protect your car, go for the steering locks, the round ones. They're a bit more expensive, but they're much stronger. They're harder for a thief to come and to cut through them. They need to go all the way down. It's just much more time consuming for them, so they're more likely to walk away. Just an idea that came to my mind. Now, let's get back and carry on the build and get back to the headlight. Okay, now I'm gonna change this headlight. This is one I bought off eBay for £50. Yes, I got this for £50, but there's a funny story behind this. Normally these headlights are about 450, 500 minimum on eBay. When I was looking for one, I went to price low to high. I saw £50 and then 500, 550, 600, and it was collection only. So what I did, I bought it straight away. The part numbers matched, I bought it straight away. I messaged the person, when can I come collect? And he said, you can come today. So when I turned up, I still thought, okay, yeah, I still thought something's dodgy. Maybe it's a toy headlight, or maybe, I don't know, completely broken or doesn't work. When I got there, he came out of a Sainsbury's bag. Inside of it, the headlight was there. I looked at it, brackets all okay. Didn't look like it was damaged. The lens was perfectly fine. So I was confused. I was like, £50. Anyway, I got it. Now it's the moment of truth. Does it actually work, or did I just got scammed? We're gonna find out. So to take the headlight off, there's a screw here, there's a screw here, and there should be a screw just under here. Once we take those off, we unplug the headlight and it should just come out. Just trying to get to the plug at the back. Now, it should just come off. What we need to do now, we need to take this ballast off and put it onto our one, because this is programmed to the car. So as long as this is not water damaged, if we plug it onto our new one, it should be plug and play and the new headlight should work. Let's see. There we have it. It looks okay. It doesn't look like there's any water damage. You can normally see it just over here if there's any rust, but looks okay. Now let's swap it onto the new one. This is important. I'm taking it off from my old headlight because the new one doesn't have it. This just ensures no water goes into the headlight. Now it's time to screw the ballast back in. Okay, so I've put the new headlight back in. I've not tightened anything. I've just plugged it in. We're just going to test. Is the headlight working? Ah, it's working. Get in. Result. The headlight looks to be working fine. I can't believe, guys, we spent only £50 on this. Otherwise, I'd have spent at least £500. So sometimes you can get lucky. What I do is, on eBay, I put the part number in. I put that love heart next to it. It saves it. And whenever something new comes up, a new listing that matches that part number, you get notified. So that's how sometimes you can get these lucky deals. It works for me. I'm going to move on from this headlight and we'll work on the driver's side wing. Okay, how long do we have left? 3 hours and 17 minutes. I'm quite surprised, that went quick. So far we've done the steering lock, we've stopped the headlight, and we've got 3 hours and 17 minutes left. And we've got quite a lot of work to do. Let's carry on. Now, focus on the wing. I need to take off this wing and I've got the same wing in the same color, so we don't even need to paint it. So what we'll do is, we'll we'll take this off and we'll put this one on. There's bolts here, 1, 2, and 3. And there should be some over here and probably one here and possibly 1 or 2 over there. So let's get started. These 2 are off and there's one over there. And there's going to be one here, but to get to this one, we need to remove this strip here. And there's one here, and I believe 1 at the bottom, or 2 at the bottom. And yes, there are 2. We don't need to take off the side skirt completely because that just come off its place quite easily actually. Our job easier, we could just unscrew here, and the wing should come off. Same for the other side. The wing should come off. Let's see. Lovely. Lovely. Let's get the new one. Time to put the wing back on. Let's go. Wait, how long do we have left? 2 hours and 20 minutes. Not much time. We need to get going. Okay, put it in its place. Oh, okay. Phew, I thought I scratched that. Now it's time to bolt the bottom 2 screws. Let's get the alignment straight before we start tightening all the bolts in. Needs to align with the headlight, with the bonnet, and with the door. Because the door's damaged, it's very hard to align the wing. The front we can align, here we can align, and that looks good. But the back here, it's gone in. So we'll do our best. We'll take it to bodywork, see if they can bring this back out, or we might need to get another door. Let's see. I'm going to now finish off by screwing these 2 bolts at the bottom. This should now hold it in its place. And this one at the bottom. Now the wing is done. Let's focus on the front bumper. This is our front bumper. I bought this off eBay, £270. When it arrived, it was primed. I took it to bodywork, got it painted, just because if I put it onto the car primed without painting it first, the edges, so over here, over here, over here, they might not be able to paint it as nicely because it'll be covered by the headlight, by the brackets. So got it painted first, got it back. Now we'll put this onto the car. But before we do that, we need to put all the brackets, all the pieces, all the grills back onto this bumper. I got lucky with this one because the grill, the lower grill and the driver's side grill came with the car. First thing we're going to do is put the front grill back on. This is the grill.
For the grill. Just to sit inside here.
Front grill is in, sits nicely. Again, this came with the car, luckily, so we should be able to just put it back onto here and the bumper should be complete. Everything here is just all clips. Okay. We've put all the bits back on, but I noticed we've got some damages here. This is the old grill that was on the old bumper. I thought it would be okay, but clearly visible, so we need to get a new one of this. Let's pause the timer and let's go.
Quick trip to the local breaker's yard. They have the lower grill I'm after in a very good condition and only £20.
We've got the lower grill. Now we're gonna put it onto the bumper. Needs a clean, but let's just put it on for now. Okay, that's all in. Much better.
And now the radar. This also came with the car, which saves us time and money because otherwise we will need to program a new radar to the car.
We've put the main grille, the lower grills, the side grills all back onto the bumper. Now we'll tighten up all the screws on the front and put the front bumper back on, and we should be done. What I've done is I've had to put some tiger saw on the black trim here because that was coming out. So we put some glue on, left it overnight, and this is the technique. I had to put that pane of a steering lock onto here, some brakes and a crash bar just to hold it down overnight. Now is the moment of truth. Let's see if the trim is glued in its place or it will come back out. Magic. I've done all this to hold the trim in place, but in the process, we've damaged it. Oh, okay. We'll leave this for now. Let's see if we can repair this later on, or we'll just have to buy a new trim. This crash sensor will sit on this foam, and this foam will sit inside of the bumper.
I'm unclipping the broken crash sensors on both sides. And now it's time to put the bumper back onto the car. I'll first let it sit on top of the slam panel whilst I align the bumper, and now plug in the new crash sensors back in.
How long do we have left? Okay, we've got just 10 minutes. We need to hurry up.
The air temperature sensor is also back in. Now it's time to bolt the bumper back to the wing on both sides.
The last bit is the 5 screws. One here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And this helps the alignment with the bonnet. I'm not tightening them fully at the moment because we need to align it with the bonnet first. The last thing we have to do now is we have these screws and they go underneath here where the under tray is. It holds onto the subframe. Luckily this car is quite high, I don't need to jack it up, I could just go under. Now the tow hook and the badge.
There we have it, guys. The GLA is almost complete. We went slightly over by about 30 minutes, so in total, it took about 4 hours and 30 minutes. But now, we need to take it to bodywork to fix the remaining parts. The bumper also needs respraying as the color match is clearly off. But overall, the car looks so good and I'll keep it as my daily drive. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe and drop a comment. It really helps and keeps the content coming every week. See you next Sunday, 6 p.m.